Thursday night, Carmelo Anthony returned to Denver with the Portland Trailblazers. The only way that this meeting played out like the previous meetings Carmelo has returned was that he lost and is now 0-7 against the Denver Nuggets in his career.
Well, and he got booed by petty-ass fans again. I was actually super hurt to hear just how loud they were booing.
But there were cheers apparently too.
Really?
Reported that it was a mix of cheers and boos.
Okay.
Maybe even more cheers.
I'll take ambivalence. I was listening on the radio, and I just heard through the radio the boos, and they're like, and Carmelo's touching the ball again. And I got into some Reddit arguments about people who still act like Carmelo destroyed the Nuggets by leaving a full decade ago.
I do think, at least around, like, there's definitely the people that will hate Carmelo forever. But I do think that somehow in the last year, I think that maybe him having to sit out a whole year has softened some people.
I think so. Like, now it's just a feel-good story. Because, like, most of the people who are booing him were at least 25 and older. Because no young Nuggets fans are booing Carmelo Anthony. Because he left a decade ago, you weenies. So it's like, all of us, I think, should be mature enough to have had faced adversity and understand how cool it is to see a dude who was washed up come back.
He did say that he appreciated Denver as a city and both an organization that he played for. And when asked where he thought his jersey should be retired, he did say, in Denver, of course. Although he doesn't know how they're going to get around the Jokic thing. But it seems like eventually his number is going to be retired here now, which I don't think I would have thought 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And for me, I'm like, I didn't realize how big of a Carmelo fan I am now. But it just brings back a lot of youthful memories. They retired Mutombo's jersey, and it was a fun time. And Mutombo doesn't have nearly as many credentials for the Nuggets as Carmelo does. So on that fact alone, I think he has to go up. And I feel like, one, you can retire the number and Jokic will just wear it. Or Jokic would just, I don't think Jokic cares about much of anything, let alone just his number. So he may be like, yeah, you sure take it. And then he'll be number 63 or some random thing.
Isn't it crazy that I think they can wait till Jokic retires or do sort of the thing they did with Mariano Rivera, I think with the Yankees or someone like that. It wasn't Rivera. It was somebody where that guy was the last guy that was going to wear it after. So,
Yeah.
like, they could just retire it and then be like, Jokic is the last guy that gets to wear the jersey.
Yeah, for me, it just iterates back to the 4 different arguments I had on Reddit that night. There's no bad will that can be surfaced by honoring the dude who's still, like, at this point, at least the last 25 years, the biggest name to wear a Nuggets jersey. Like, Jokic, awesome. I hope he becomes everything that Carmelo couldn't be. But dude has only played 5 years for the Nuggets, whereas Carmelo may have saved the franchise. I think you said it, like, who knows if the Nuggets would still be in Denver if they had drafted Darko Milicic that year. Like, Carmelo had made Denver cool in a lot of ways. Like, first time I saw a Nuggets jersey in a hip-hop video, I was like, oh my God, we're on the map.
This might be an interesting thought for another time, but it's weird thinking about that era, so the era before this current one. Carmelo is really the only one whose jersey might be retired. And, like, when we signed all of these people, like, there was a case at one point where you could have been like, maybe Kenyon Martin, maybe Nene, probably never Iverson, but if they'd won a championship, maybe.
Maybe, like...
Chauncey is the only one that sort of makes sense, and he wore 4 different numbers, which just makes it very hard to retire his number, even if he wanted to.
I mean, Chauncey, if he ever wanted to, which I don't know, I feel like he makes great money doing whatever he does, doing color commentary, but, like, he could come back in a general manager role, and I think very easily get a fast track to that honor. But I mean, the Nuggets just don't have that many great players, so why would you shun Melo because he hurt your feelings in 2011?
The one person that they should eventually retire that I'm guessing they never will is George Karl, because he has the same number of wins as Doug Moe, or maybe one less. I believe it's either exactly the same or one less than Doug Moe, who is retired with his wins.
Yeah.
I also could see them retiring Chauncey as Mr. Big Shot or King of Park Hill, not putting a number up there, but just putting his name and one of those things in the rafters.
That would be cool. It just he has his jersey retired in Detroit, so that just feels. I think they did it when they played the Nuggets, which that felt mad disrespectful. But he did. He was Mr. Big Shot there. Like they could retire the moment that he inbounded the ball off of Kobe's back. That could be a moment that I'd like to see preserved in eternity.
Just a picture.
Just a picture.